Welcome back to another episode of Nerd Soup. I am Beau Oliver, joined here today with Aaron, the Nerd Soup Monkey, and we are here to review Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. That's a long, stupid title.
If you listen carefully enough, the past whispers to you.
So I probably should have watched the last movie before watching this one because I totally don't remember anything that happened. All I know is that Johnny Depp made like a cloud thing and gave a speech, and Queenie was like, "Yeah, I'm rolling with this guy. He seems like an alright dude." And then here we are, Dumbledore. Secrets of Dumbledore.
I don't remember much from the other films.
It's weird because I think that I gave them the same rating, 1.5 stars on Letterboxd. Go follow me on Letterboxd at Beau Soup. The last movie was just a complete dumpster fire, made absolutely no sense. This movie at least attempted to have 3 acts. They attempted to have a narrative. They attempted to tell a story. It just failed miserably. Not miserably, but it's just very bland. It was very boring. There was nothing. All of the magic, so to speak, has been wiped out from this franchise. The allure isn't there. You're not losing yourself in escapism like you did for so many years with those Harry Potter movies. And even, to an extent, the first Fantastic Beasts movie. So, if this is where it ends, good riddance. Aaron, how did you feel?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't hate the first one, but I felt like this franchise is just done. I think from the get-go, like, just the marketing and what story they're trying to tell, it just becomes so jumbled now where, like, Newt Scamander is just it takes a back seat in his own movie. And there's an argument to be made that, like, it should have just been Dumbledore and Grindelwald from the beginning. That's going to be more exciting for a lot of people. And I think a lot of these characters, besides Dumbledore and Grindelwald, are just fucking boring.
Yeah, I guess that would be the 2 biggest positives. The Jude Law casting reminded me of Ewan McGregor as young Obi-Wan, trying to channel Alec Guinness. And I think he did channel Michael Gambon in parts where I watched him, I thought, yeah, that's a young Dumbledore. That's how he would approach it. And he's such a colorful, interesting character, way more complex than, initially let on. And you get some of that tragic backstory here. And Mads Mikkelsen should have been Grindelwald probably from the beginning, or they probably should have just stayed with Colin Farrell or Johnny Depp. But unfortunate, we won't get to see who's going to play Grindelwald in parts 4 and 5. But it's not enough. Because even though their relationship, it works really well as a piece of lore on Wikipedia, spice up the backstory here for this iconic character of Dumbledore. But when you try and shoehorn it into a franchise that initially wasn't about that, it's going to come off as very lazy and clunky and perfunctory. It's something that just doesn't fit. So there's 2 ways that they could have done this. They could have just kept it with the Fantastic Beasts. It could have just been that. A new avenue into the wizarding world, or it should have been, like you said, Dumbledore versus Grindelwald from the very beginning. When you try and appease 2 masters,
there's no identity
never
for
works.
this prequels. Yeah. And like you said, it should have been something. Fantastic Beast. I want to see some beasts.
Not a lot of beasts.
Not a lot of beasts.
The main beast here was a little deer thing. Chilling. Just chilling.
Just chilling.
But even that was shoehorned in. This idea that it's a magical beast that the entire world knows of, and we've only heard of it just now. And it determines the president.
That was the stupidest thing, I think, of this entire movie, was like everything leads up to this fucking deer. And like, it's so important that they had to make a fake deer.
That's Grindelwald's master plan here. It's just
so we need Newt Scamander to be relevant. We need him to have a part to play. So we need this weird beast to be the determining factor on who gets to be the president. And Wizard Hitler, like, we don't want him to be president, so we gotta switch it up. So yeah, and I think like there was just no excitement to any of these movies. I think the action pieces were very dull. When what's Ezra Miller's guy's name?
Newt Scamander.
No.
Credence.
When Credence has that face-off with Dumbledore, I thought that was just a terrible action sequence with no heart or emotion. This is supposed to be Dumbledore trying to convince his nephew that, like, he's taking the wrong, like, we're here for you, like, come back to us, like, and that was just nothing. He just finishes him off, says a quick couple lines, and leaves him at that. Especially since it plays such a big part towards the end of the film, and there's supposed to be an emotional moment between him and his father and kind of accepting him come home. Like, that moment should have been more, and it was just fucking dull.
That's something that was spoiled for me because I just totally didn't care about the twist. But that's one of the many problems of this movie, is that there are all these subplots that they tie up very easily in the end. Because I know they did reshoots for this movie, and I think it was Jenny Nicholson on Twitter said that it stands out so much that these actors were brought back because there's an idea that they're not going to continue with this.
I think Catherine Waterston, the only reason why she even got those 10 seconds of film time is because, like, we're ending this franchise. You were such a big part in the first two. You're not in this one, so, like, we got to have some resolution with you and Newt.
Yeah, I wonder why she wasn't in this one. Going back to Eddie Redmayne as Newt Scamander, I think I liked the character more than you did. I think it was a fine foundation for that first movie. I like his whole vibe. I like how skittish he is, and he's nervous. He's definitely got scoliosis because the man is just terrible posture. But I think Redmayne, he fits right in to the Harry Potter universe. I believe that Newt Scamander would be this wacky character running around. But he's got literally no development. There's no arc. There's really no characterization whatsoever for him, I think, in 3 movies, other than he fell in love with Catherine Waterston and then he gave her the boot. She's not even there. She's just in a suitcase. She's just on a picture in his suitcase. Yeah. So his whole thing in these 3 movies is that he's just friends with Dumbledore.
Yeah, and even, like, Jacob, no development either. He's just there, like, upset about his ex, and, like, that gets resolved. And, like, I hate that character so much. He's so bad.
See, he's the only part that I actually liked.
You're going to let Grindelwald off? He's a murderer.
He's a murderer. He's an old-timey New York baker.
Oh, God.
Come on, Queenie, I'll make you some
so
muffins.
Annoying.
I thought that he was actually very funny as comic relief. But all of the characters, you just can't get enough out of them.
But what were their journeys? Those are your 2 main leads, right? Because if you take out Waterston's character, and, like...
there is no journey. There's nothing.
Queenie maybe had somewhat of a journey. But, like, those are, like, your big 4 coming from the past 2 movies that you've established since the first, and there was no journey for any of them.
Well, Queenie's journey, too, it's so easy. Because she falls for, the fascist ideals, and then she realizes, oh, this guy's crazy. I'm going to go back to my husband. Quick fix. So I found the political messaging very similar to the original 8 movies, how fascism is bad and we need to stand up against these people. We can't stay silent. Just rehashing those similar themes and messages. But, it's coming from an author whose entire social media persona has become trying to prove that transgender women are a threat to civil society. So when she's preaching to me about acceptance and we need to stand up against bigotry, it feels so fake. Like it's just there because we need the movie to feel deep. Like there's actual themes. It's a commentary on what we're dealing with in the present day. It's weak. I found it to be very weak. It's a position that anybody can take. It's the easiest position to take. And especially when our problems have become so complex, I was just very turned off by that, the black and white politics of this movie.
Well, there's a line about, I think Dumbledore is reflecting on Grindelwald, talking about bigotry and hate and everything like that. It's like, maybe, look into the mirror, see the condensation on there and see the message. It's like, fuck, that might be me.
Yeah, she's getting messages from Putin. They're trying to cancel us both.
Well, like you said, it's just not, none of the messaging is convincing. Because I think the script is just kind of shitty to begin with. So, I don't think, there's no real flow to the movie. It just felt like a 2-hour plus I don't know. I wasn't really following it. It was hard. For a simplistic plot, it was difficult to follow because of just where they were trying to take it and what they were trying to do in this movie.
She outsmarted herself with this one, definitely. And I think a lot of the appeal of the initial Harry Potter was that it had so much warmth and imagination, and it was whimsical.
There's none of that.
Like I said, that you feel like you're being lost in this world. It was the perfect pinch of escapism at that time. That is not present here whatsoever. You are very aware that you're watching a movie about people who are attempting and failing to recapture the magic of a legacy franchise.
Nothing made me stop in my seat and be like, wow, that's cool, or wow, that's magical.
And that always happened with those original 8 movies, There was always something, a set piece, multiple set pieces. Even though the CGI at the time, it is what it is, I think it still holds up, but you were just so invested in the movie that you didn't care. That's the
There's no
CGI's
fun.
gotten better, the effects have gotten better, but yeah, it's the way. It's like the dilemma they had with Green Lantern. They didn't know what to do with the powers. It feels like they no longer know what to do with the magic.
What was his secret? That he accidentally killed his sister?
Yeah, I guess it's multiple secrets. The brother. That was another thing that was just thrown in there. Oh, Aberforth had this relationship and they had a kid and the kid had to be sent away. Like, oh man, that sucks. Yeah, I'm emotionally invested in that because you just said it.
Was it a secret that he's gay until this one, or did they mention that before? I don't know. I don't know what the secret was.
Well, that's still a secret in China.
Yeah. Fantastic Beast Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no secret here.
Fantastic Beasts, the very upstanding and straight Dumbledore.
Fantastic Beasts. Can't even admit that a guy's kind of attractive.
Right, yeah. Not even 2% by Dumbledore. But also, as a fanboy who loved Harry Potter growing up and who read about Dumbledore versus Grindelwald, that's a letdown. That fight stunk too.
That was terrible.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the big moment. The two most powerful wizards in the world. Like I said, better as a Wikipedia post. Better in my imagination.
And it was weird when he looked into the camera, Grindelwald, and said, "Let's go, Brandon."
Was it me or was the lighting also really bad in this movie?
It was dull.
Yeah, right? There were times where I couldn't see anything. I was like, am I just losing my eyesight here or is this lighting terrible?
I feel like sometimes people, like some filmmakers, will be like, "Oh, well, it's the 20s."
Yeah, right. Like Mexico.
Yeah.
Mexico's always got to look bright as shit.
It's like,
Hot.
oh, we gotta like make it kind of look old-timey.
Right.
Whatever.
You have to at least let me see things. Yeah, so Fantastic Beasts, I think we can end it there. They're going to, so we might as well too. Hope you enjoyed this one. Make sure you like, share, and comment your thoughts on the Fantastic Beasts and where to find them, the secrets of Dumbledore. Last time we'll have to say a long-ass, dumbass title.
It's very powerful. If it got in the wrong hands, mess you up.
Where did you get it?
I got it for Christmas.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Damn, we were making some good points in that video. Hey guys, Aaron the Nerd Suit Monkey here. Before we end this video, I want to give a quick shout out to our Patreon supporters. What can I say about you guys that I haven't already said about myself? You are the most important part of the channel and the main reason we keep going strong. Like Beau says, you keep the lights on in the fridge so the fridge is full. Or something like that. So, from everyone here at Nerd Soup, I'd like to thank you guys for your continued support. If you're interested in joining the ranks of our patron supporters, head over to patreon.com/nerdsoup and check out the rewards we offer to our patrons. We recently dropped some new stickers for you guys to check out, or you could choose a tier that will allow you to select a movie, show, or video game for us to review. We've got a full slate of fan-suggested reviews coming your way, and we're really excited about the chance to review some of those movies and shows. We've also got t-shirts, mugs, behind-the-scenes videos showing how we bring our videos to life. And once again, thank you to all our Patreon pledgers who have been supporting us throughout the years. Without you, we wouldn't be able to convert all your pledges into cryptocurrency, so thank you from my future self for making us rich.